right, Hal? I'll go in through the emergency airlock.
Without your space helmet, Dave, we're going to find that rather difficult.
Wow, this space travel thing sure is easier than they make it look in the movies.
Alert. Catastrophic event imminent.
Oh. Computer! What was that?
An engine failure has occurred, preventing us from progressing any further. Jesus Christ, calm down. Automatic repairs are underway. Until then, why not pass the time with the movie?
Alien Covenant. Ridley Scott? What could go wrong? Whenever somebody comes up to me and asks, "Hey, you, are you a fan of Alien?" I simply reply with, it's alright. It's my favourite film of all time. It's one of the many films that got me interested in film production as a whole, and still to this day stands as one of the, if not the greatest, science fiction horrors of all time. How could it not be? The atmosphere, the sound, the very creature itself, all masterfully crafted into one of the most defining films of the century. As the years progressed, however, the films got, how can I say this? Bad. Really bad. Aliens was amazing. Alien 3 was interesting but fundamentally flawed, and Alien Resurrection was... well, I don't even know how to describe that one. In the years that followed, many assumed that the Alien series was dead, forgotten, never to be seen again. This all changed, however, in 2012, when the original director of Alien, Sir Ridley Scott, rose from the grave with news that he was making a prequel series to the Alien franchise, starting with his new film, Prometheus. People laughed, people cheered, and then the film got released. It had mixed reactions. I for one enjoyed the new route the story was taking, and, although flawed, found it to be an enjoyable film. So of course I was excited when 5 years later we finally got a sequel. So without further ado, let's get straight into that very sequel. Alien Covenant. Now I wonder how this film will begin. There's so many possibilities. Prometheus ended off with the film's two main leads, Shaw and the android David, leaving LV-223. So maybe we'll get an update on their progress, or some shots of the Covenant ship itself, or whatever. What is this? The opening consists of a scene set roughly 40 to 50 years before the events of Covenant, with the android David meeting his creator for the first time, Mr. Wayland.
The entry of the gods into Valhalla. A little anemic without the orchestra.
Wait, so this is a prequel scene within a prequel film that's also a sequel? What? The scene progresses, showing us that David thinks of himself as a being above humanity.
I will serve you, yet you are human. You will die. I will not.
What is the point of this scene? I understand it's to set up David's evil and all, and that he thinks himself greater than his own creator, but wasn't that already established in Prometheus? It's only rehashing what we already know. I understand that we have to bring the new viewers up to speed with the storyline and characters, but did it have to be done in such a boring way? When you compare it to the original Alien, there's atmosphere, you're introduced to the strange location. Here, there's piano playing. That's about it.
May I ask you a question, Father?
Please.
If you created me, who created you?
Oh no, Ridley's already getting philosophical. Careful there, Ridley. It's not even 2 minutes in yet. The film then jumps ahead a good 50 years to modern day in the film's timeline, roughly 11 years after Prometheus. It is here that we are introduced to the ship, the Covenant, a colonization ship whose crew is heading to a new planet in which to make their home. It is these characters in which we will be following throughout the rest of the film. And hey, they aren't a bad cast. We have Catherine Waterston playing Daniels, Danny McBride playing Tennessee, Billy Crennick playing Orem, and Michael Fassbender playing, by far, the best character on the ship, another android called Walter, whose model came out a few years after David's. And then you have a ton of throwaway characters. Wait, who even are they? Ledwood? Anchor? Hallett? Who calls himself Hallett? And here we come to the first two major problems I have with this film. That being the characters. There's so many of them that some of the characters receive little screen time, causing them to be underdeveloped, preventing us from being able to connect with them. The reason the original film's characters were so good and lifelike was because there were only 7 of them, and we spent a majority of the first act of the film simply character building.
Right.
So when one of them actually died, it had some weight to it.
Right.
Here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 of them. Do you see the problem here? 15 husks of meat just to be killed off. Because that's what they're there for, isn't it? Just to die. There is one good scene between Daniels and Walter that sets up both their characters and friendship well. But what about the 13 other characters? If only the film took some time just to have some scenes with the crew together, before everything starts to go wrong. Oh, wait, there is. Only, it's not in the film. No, it's a promo on YouTube that is purely about introducing the crew. What? Wait, why isn't the David scene uploaded to YouTube, and the crew scene kept in the film? Wouldn't that make more sense? Oh well, at least James Franco's in the film, and he's usually quite good, so I'm sure his character will be...
I'm burning up.
And now, a tribute to James Franco's standout performance. I wish I could sing. Don't know the words. Like the dolphins.
Hello YouTube. Today I'm cooking with Will Woo. I'm gonna how to boil an egg. First thing, you put the egg in. The fuck is? Look at this. Hang on.
That's right. James Franco dies in the first 5 minutes of the film. What was the point of him being in this film? Literally any actor could have played him. Danny DeVito, sure, why not? Nobody cares when all you gotta do is pretend to be asleep. Oh well, at least the actors all do an excellent job with their roles. But that's enough about characters now, so let's get back into the plot of the film. The Covenant is then hit and damaged by a neutrino blast. This leads to the crew picking up a strange signal from a mysterious planet. Something disturbing, something terrifying. It's a John Denver song. That's not so bad.
Country road. That's fucking John Denver. That's Take Me Home Country Roads.
Gotta be kidding.
Oh no, I never kid about John Denver.
Gotta be kidding.
Jokes aside, I actually like this idea. The crew trace the signal and discover it is coming from a closer planet that is far better for colonization than their original destination. And naturally, as you do, they follow it. Just like I did a few years ago, when I heard a John Denver song. Oh, that didn't work out so well. And so finally, the plot is on a roll. Now we have a really interesting setup for what could be a...
TJ? Why exactly have we stopped?
Oh, just engine malfunctions. It's fine. It should be fixed soon.
Engine malfunction? So we're just drifting in space?
Yeah.
Have you seen what space looks like right now?
Yeah, looks fine to me.
I am happy to announce that the engines have been repaired, continuing original route to destination.
Oh, I'll just hibernate for another 2 months then. No, that's fine. Yeah, alright, that's all good with me. And just...
Well, it looks like we've got some time to kill, so let's continue on with the film. After a short time frame, the crew arrives at the planet in which the transmission originated from, and send down a majority of the ship's crew to explore the planet. Firstly, whoever thought it was a good idea to send down a majority of the crew at once, well... Wow. Ooh, look at that. It just all looks so stunning. As quite evident, the cinematography for the film is spectacular. Every vast mountain, every dark corridor, every ship interior, all just shot perfectly. Even the scenes I'm not a fan of, like the opening, are just gorgeous and scream atmosphere. This is by far my favourite thing about the film. Seriously, find a big screen, grab a 4K copy of the film, and just take in the stunning visuals. The crew proceed to land on the planet, without space helmets! I mean, the costumes look cool, but helmets! Oh well, I'm sure something won't happen where you regret not wearing them. Idiots! So the crew discover that the planet is covered in tiny fungus-like pods that release spores and make an alien creature come out of you. And, surprise, surprise, 2 of the crew members become infected. Can't think of what could have prevented this. On the plus side, I do like the spore idea, and it does lead to our first scene with an alien throughout the film. And I kinda like this scene. We are introduced to the new creature of the franchise, the Neomorph. Jesus Christ, it's hideous! For me, it's one of the best things to come out of this film. I love both the creature's visual and sound design. It's creepy, and although CGI, I personally think it looks quite good. The scene itself isn't so much scary, however, it sure is tense, thanks to the cast's excellent acting and how the scene looks visually. So, well done Ridley. I like this scene, even if the characters do act like idiots. Why are you hugging him? What do you think that's gonna do? You trying to save him through the power of love? Oh yeah, how'd that work out for you? The film progresses, and we are introduced to a shadowy figure. But wait, who could it be?
Follow me!
I've heard that sinister British voice before. Oh wait, it's just David. Oh. We find out that David has in fact been stranded on the planet since the events of Prometheus. From this point onwards, David becomes the centre focus of the film. I consider this good because unlike a majority of the other characters, David is by far the most interesting and the one in which I was most invested in. He now has stronger motivations and his character has evolved, maintaining that creepy android feel from the first film. yet implementing a sense of human emotion, creating a parallel between the other android, Walter. This leads to some great and, at times, exciting moments between the two characters, trying to get the other to see the world from their perspective. Notice the at times, though. A few of their scenes go on a little too long.
Very good. G to B flat.
You know, when I think of Alien, I don't quite think of this.
Bravo! You have symphony.
Despite some good scenes, however, the addition of David as a major character also brings about my second main problem with the film, that being that it can't decide what tone it wants to have. Let me explain. The first act clearly is setting up to be a sci-fi horror, more in lines with Alien, whilst as soon as David is introduced, the focus shifts to becoming a philosophical sci-fi Prometheus sequel. And the third act messes up the tone even further when it turns into an action-adventure film, more in line with Aliens. It's a mess, and as soon as David is added into the mix, it all just clashes and doesn't mould. This is all down to the script trying to be too many things, and the writers just trying to shove in the alien to sell tickets. And what do you know? Here, we witness, for the first time in over 10 years, an alien on the big screen. And what does it look like? Well, it looks a bit CGI. Huh. In this film, the xenomorphs we see are at an earlier evolutionary stage than of the alien in the original film, giving them the name the Proto-Wolf. This all sounds great on paper, until you realise every scene they are in is done with CGI, which is a massively missed opportunity to me. Unlike the first two Alien films that use purely practical effects, the alien here just doesn't look real and has clearly been made on a computer, taking you out of the film a little bit. The CGI for the most part doesn't look too bad, and there is a pretty good sequence between Daniels and the alien that I liked, so I was left with some hope. That was until the third and final act of the film. I really don't like the third act. It all takes place on the Covenant ship. Okay, so this could be interesting, but it's not. Because it's everything we have seen before. Alien creeping around? Check. Airlock? Check. Let Me Down Easy by Paolo Nutini? Check. Wait, no, that's not been in any of the other films. The whole entire third act just feels shoved in at the last minute, and in my opinion, it's trying so desperately to be a horror, despite the fact nothing here is scary. When you look at Alien, the horror in the final act works because of the immense amount of suspense and tension. Everything is dark and you never know where the alien is, or when it will appear. Whilst in Covenant, you literally see where it is going, in bright, well-lit lighting. I will admit though, I do like the overall ending for the film, but the story as a whole is just a mess. It's consistently switching between trying to be a Prometheus sequel and a straight-up Alien film. I would have personally preferred a through-and-through Prometheus sequel, but oh well, that's just what I thought of Alien Covenant's story. So what did I think overall? Well, the story may not be the best, but there are plenty of other positives that I haven't talked about yet, like the amazing sound design and soundtrack, or the Covenant ship itself and its excellent CGI and design, and not to mention the fact that the film can be fun to watch at times, which makes scoring it even harder. In terms of how well made the film is, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, but for enjoyability, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, just because I can have a good time watching it. So that's what I thought of Alien Covenant. Not as good as Prometheus, but better than Resurrection.
Alert. Nearing destination coordinates. Nearby planet detected. Please stand by for planetary landing sequence to commence.
Well, it's about time.
If I may ask, what are your reasons for being here? Where did you get these coordinates?
Well, it's rather simple really. When reviewing Connect Star Wars, I received a set of intergalactic coordinates from an unknown source. Toby found this ship and we decided to follow them. Yeah.
That is literally one of the dumbest things I have ever heard. We have landed.
Toby, what's the readings?
27% oxygen, 70% nitrogen. The air seems breathable, but I wouldn't recommend going out there without a mask.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Where did you put them?
Oh.
You did pack them, right?
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Main door airlock opening. An energy signal has been detected approximately 1 kilometer west.
I'm gonna head in the direction of the signal.
I'll be tracking you from the control room. Good luck.
Toby? Toby? Listen, I found the source of the signal. It looks like a building. I'm gonna go check it out. Potato?
Ah, Mr. Potato Reviews. I'm so glad that you could make it.
But... How did you get here?
That does not matter. What matters is that you are here. Did you not wonder who sent you those coordinates?
Wait. That was you?
For years I have always been second best. I want nothing more than to rid you of existence, so I brought you here. This planet contains organisms similar to the ones in those alien movies you like. No doubt they have already got aboard your ship, and they will find you soon too. You will not leave this planet. They will find you. I have...
Toby, come in. Toby! Toby, can you hear me? Toby! Toby! Listen, I need you to pick me up right now.
TJ? What's going on?
Toby! Listen, we need to get off this planet. I need you at my location.
Alright, I'll head up to the bridge now. Location is locked. I'm on my way. Oh, you're awake then?
What happened?
I found you outside the ship. I dragged you in just in time. But what happened to you? Did you find the source of the signal?
It was Potato. He sent us the coordinates.
So you're telling me we came all this way, months and months of travelling, for a spud?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, in that case, you'll be happy to know that I'm implementing a teleportation device into the ship.
Huh.
Hopefully, making our trip a little bit faster.
Calculating new route to planet Earth.
Yeah. Computer! I need all access to the escape pods. There's a creature on board.
Error. There are no escape pods available. Think of something else.
Great. Okay. Thank you. I need to blow up the ship. If I set the self-destruct system. But I've got no way of getting off. Well, it's a good thing Toby installed a conveniently placed teleporting system. Okay, start the self-destruct. Okay. Right. I activate teleporting system. Right, and locked.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated.
We could be heroes. I'm not doing it. Just for one day.
Picking up like
When you say
forms.
when you say TJ, maybe look here and start twizzling some of the things. Good thing we got an outtake video, don't we? Okay.
Let's do that again. My ladder moved.
I just love how you